As I'm collecting footage for the General's Guide, let's check the SMG starter packs that are currently on discount. We're going to test how they perform on war to see if they are a good main loadout, if they are good for grinding credits, and overall if it's worth the price. Also, I will take this chance to try and give you some advice and tips about the SMGs along the video as well. The starter pack worth in credits and gold is this. The first thought I had in mind was how long would it take me to grind for this on my own. We already got the answer from the SMG Ribbon grinding video. It will take us roughly 3 hours and 24 minutes to get the SMG Ribbon to level 9, or just 1 hour and 15 minutes if we have a veteran membership and a Ribbon booster. The grenade and knife can easily be unlocked by playing just 1 or 2 first encounter battles. So we're saving quite a lot of money and time by buying this starter pack that you can use to buy some vehicles, some upgrades for these guns, or to build some other soldier. But is it actually good? Let's find out by going to war. I only used the default rank 0 soldier, I had no vehicles and I didn't pick up any weapons from the floor. Now, SMGs overall are to be used inside objectives, not only because that's where they deal the most amount of damage, but because SMGs and pistols are the best at hip firing while moving. As you can see, when using heavier guns, your movement speed and accuracy will drastically decrease. But SMGs have no movement speed penalties and they can shoot relatively accurate even when your fatigue is high. Also, they are short in length, which means you will hit walls less frequently and you can pick corners more easily. I really didn't want to use the ammunition type that comes with the pack because I don't think it adds any real benefits and it will simply ruin my repair costs. But for the sake of testing, I kept it on. Since I had no vehicle, I had to rely on my teammates for now, hoping they will go for the objective, and they actually did. Also, they were kind enough to heal me when I needed them. I simply had to stay completely still though. As the game went on, I wanted to see if this gun is actually totally useless at long distances. So here's a summary of that.
Sometimes may be good. Sometimes may be shit.
So yeah, even though that's not the range it's supposed to be used on, it was pretty precise, but you really have to rely on some lucky headshots because the damage at distances is garbage. And you can't really see what you're firing at anyways. The iron sights and the smoke this gun has is bad for those engagements. Thompson has kinda better sights for this, but it's still pretty ineffective. Now, in close engagements, even though I had an SMG, I felt pretty vulnerable. The stock rate of fire just wasn't enough to make me feel like a god. I would highly advise you to get the 2 rate of fire upgrades as soon as you can with any SMG. Having these 2 modes will make you invincible inside the objectives. It will be like having an Uzi. Don't worry, the weapons will be still pretty easy to control, they are shooting pistol rounds anyway, just really fast. Believe it or not, the knife came in handy in situations when I ran out of ammo. The ancient Spartan spirit woke up in me, forcing me to go down fighting every time. Which put a huge smile on my face every time I actually got a kill. Getting kills with it is really fun, but it does not serve any real practical use. I only equip it when I'm reloading and someone is shooting at me so I can sprint and get cover. Or when I want to humiliate an enemy and have a laugh. Now, I wouldn't really recommend you to equip any of the other 3 upgrades to these guns. They add really slight advantages and they are simply not worth the purchase and repair costs. Now, some would argue that the Wolffaust for the MP40 is actually worth it because it allows you to 3-shot kill heavyset gold opponents. But honestly, the amount of times you will be facing someone at that distance are rare, and when it actually happens, you or he will die in 1 shot because someone was careful enough to hold the crosshair high at the head level. So I doubt if it's worth the repair costs. So as you can see, even though I was rank 0 and we were attacking from midline, we did quite decent. For the next match I will invest in a car though and remove the bullet modification. For the credits grinding test, I joined some creep post outpost battles. As you already know, this map has 3 objectives just 80 meters apart from each other and you can capture them 4.5 times faster than any other map. The SMG simply dominated the enemies here even without mods or badges. Just make sure to keep your crosshair at the head level as you pick around and just rambo your way in and out of the objectives without even aiming. Remember, the queuing times are smaller at the evenings and especially on the weekends. If you want to learn more about farming credits, watch this video. Now, what else should you actually equip along with an SMG? Personally, I have a Thompson soldier that I strictly use for defensive purposes. I only deploy him when I really want to defend an objective in an important battle while playing with a clan or a group of friends. I have anti-personnel mines with Gold Grenadier to make them one-shot kill, and the Dynamite Lover to deploy lots of them before the enemies arrive. Now, for the average person that would like to have an SMG as his main soldier loadout and not suicide after seeing the repair costs, I would recommend him to equip only 2 rate of fire mods, the standard grenades to clear out hard to reach spots fast, or to throw at the spots the enemy rush from, and the medic pouch. You can't really rely on your teammates to be there for you all the times. As for the badges, I would suggest you to try the fast reload, first aid, pointer quickfire and heavy set. The fast reload and first aid because you simply don't have time to waste when you're on close quarters. The pointer quickfire because the PPSH can sometimes be unreliable at hip firing, but the MP40 and Thompson will get the laser beam accuracy. And the heavy set because from personal experience it saved my life countless times, but it's only worth it on the gold level. The other 3 can do well even at silver. Now if you want to know what I would pick, here it is. Remember that I would equip the heavy set only once it got on gold level. Of course, it goes without saying that you need a fast vehicle, preferably a motorbike to get to the objectives fast and hide in the building first. But the car can work as well, since you will be bringing more players with you to capture the objective instead of letting them hide in the bushes. So far this video is filled with my opinions. To help you form your own, I asked the lads over on Reddit for their advice. Turns out the most suggested badges were the heavy set and then fast reload. Nobody used a pointer or first aid. Very few people had an SMG soldier as their main favorite. The ones who did often brought an anti-tank explosive with them, like the RPG, sticky bombs and the Panzer, to be more versatile. Most people had an SMG soldier as a secondary option and they deployed them when there was a lot of pressure inside the objectives, no matter if they were defending or attacking. Of course, some others were a bit more creative and they used the SMGs as a sidearm to their bolt action, which seems really interesting. Maybe I can make a video on that. Congratulations on making it till the end. I may have missed the point of the video there. It was originally going to be a review about the starter packs, but I thought it would be a good idea to give some general advices about the SMGs, which was the most expensive thing in the pack. I may go more in depth in the future and talk about SMGs on specialist classes like paratroopers, pilots, tankers and recons, or make individual guides about the weapons, since the balancing and weapon stat changes updates should now be finally over. Oh, so you didn't click off the video yet, okay. There is a code in the description for one lucky winner to get a starter pack for the faction he likes, and I will post another one in this dead video here that I made with love long ago, with a pinned comment 30 minutes after this one goes public. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. Now, if you decide to actually buy the packs and not to grind for them, use the link in the description and Epic Store will give me 20 cents from the 3.5 euros you will pay, and overall they give me 5% of the price from anything you buy from the Heroes and General store page if you get there through my link. So if you want to buy me a bubblegum piece, that's how. If you don't want to do that, then come to Greece and buy pita gyros and a coke. Also, like, subscribe and comment something kind to boost the video on the algorithm and help me grow. And that's it. See you in about 20 minutes in the Slenderman video. I will be there waiting. Ciao ciao. Oh, and for the love of God, don't equip a heavy spring. What the fuck?